Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are excited to bring you the monthly update on the Indian economy at the end of April 2024. In this video, we will be discussing the latest trends and developments in key economic indicators such as GDP growth, inflation, employment, export-import and more. We will also be taking a closer look at the impact of government policies and global economic factors on India's economy. So whether you are a business owner, an investor or simply someone who is interested in the Indian economy, this video is a must watch. Stay tuned for the latest insights and analysis on India's economic performance. Thank you for joining us. Now let's discuss about the GDP. The GDP growth rate in India for April 2024 is forecasted to be 6.5% according to the Trade and Development Report Update published by UNCTAD. Many analysts expect a growth rate significantly higher than this, ranging from 6.6% by Deloitte to S&P prediction of 6.8% and World Bank 7%. India's economy grew at 8.4% as said by RBI Governor, its fastest pace in 18 months. In the final 3 months of 2023, led by strong manufacturing and construction activity. Following this data, the government revised its growth estimate for the 2024 fiscal year to March 31st to 7.6% from 7.3%. This growth is attributed to factors such as sustained consumption, investment demand, proactive reforms, and investments in the Indian economy. The growth for FY25 will easily make India as the fastest growing major economy. The growth will be driven by increasing exports and capital flows. Now let's discuss about the inflation. In April 2024, the inflation rate in India eased to 4.85%, marking a decrease from 5.09% in February. This decline in inflation was driven by various factors, including a slowdown in prices for clothing, footwear, housing, and fuel, as well as a decrease in food inflation. Notably, food inflation stood at 8.52%, with prices for vegetables, pulses, spices, and fruits either stabilizing or decreasing. The inflation rate in India in March 2024 was 4.85%, which is the lowest since May 2023. This is a decrease from 5.09% in February and is below forecasts of 4.91%. The inflation rate in India has been decreasing since November 2013 when it reached a high of 12.17%. The inflation rate in India is expected to be 5% by the end of this quarter according to Trading Economics Global Macros Model and Analysts expectations. In the long term, the Indian inflation rate is projected to trend around 4.30% in 2025 according to econometric models. The Reserve Bank of India's upper tolerance band for inflation is 6% and the inflation rate has remained below this level for 6 consecutive months. The central bank estimates that retail inflation will average 4.5% in 2024-25. However, there are downside risks to India's growth outlook, including volatility in global commodity prices, geopolitical tensions, and domestic policy implementation risks. Private consumption and employment are also areas of concern, with the World Bank highlighting the potential impact of demographic dividend and young population in India. Now let's discuss about the employment. On March 26, 2024, the Indian Employment Report 2024 was released, which examines youth employment challenges in the context of India's evolving economic, labor market, educational and skills scenario over the past 2 decades. The report highlights several key concerns, including the reversal of the slow transition to non-farm employment, an increase in self-employment and unpaid family work, especially for women, lower quality youth employment compared to adults, stagnant or decreasing wages and earnings, and unemployment rates. The employment rate fell between 2019 to 2022 after rising from 2000 to 2019, with Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand and UP remaining at the bottom of the Employment Condition Index and Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Telangana, Uttarakhand and Gujarat staying at the top. Informal employment has risen, with around half of the jobs being informal in nature, and self-employment remains the primary source of work at 55.8% in 2022, up from approximately 52% in 2000 to 2019. Regular employment associated with better job quality declined to 21.5% in 2022 after increasing to 23.8% in 2019 from 14.2% in 2000, and casual employment linked to poorer job quality fell to 22.7% in 2022 from 33.3% in 2000. Women's labor force participation rate (LFPR) remains among the world's lowest at 32.8% in 2022, 2.3 times lower than men's, and female LFPR declined 14.4 percentage points from 2000 to 2019 but rose 8.3 points from 2019 to 2022. India's female LFPR in 2022 was lower than the global average of 47.3% but higher than South Asia's 24.8%. The major industries hiring in India in April 2024 include manufacturing, automotive and banking, financial services and insurance (BFSI). The manufacturing sector is expected to lead the hiring trend with an increase of 25% in hiring intent, indicating a positive outlook for industrial expansion. The automotive industry is also set to witness a 20% surge in hiring intent. Other sectors that are likely to see an increase in hiring include the internet business and global in-house centers (GIC) sectors with a 20% increase in hiring intent. Now let's discuss about the IIP. On April 12, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation released the quick estimates of Index of Industrial Production and Use-Based Index for the month of February 2024. The Index of Industrial Production (IIP) in India for February 2024 showed a growth of 5.7%, which is the highest increase in 4 months. The quick estimates of IIP for February 2024 with base 2011-12 stands at 147.2. The indices of industrial production for the mining, manufacturing and electricity sectors for the month of February 2024 stand at 139.6, 144.5 and 187.1 respectively. These quick estimates will undergo revision in subsequent releases as per the revision policy of IIP. The indices for consumer durables and consumer non-durables stand at 121.6 and 148.9 respectively for the month of February 2024. The quick estimates for February 2024, the first revision for January 2024 and the final revision for November 2023 has been compiled at weighted response rates of 95% and 96% respectively. The index for March 2024 will be released on Friday, 10th May 2024. Click on the bell icon to get this update at the earliest. Now let's discuss about the foreign exchange reserves. According to RBI Bulletin of April 2024, India's foreign exchange reserves have declined in recent months. The foreign exchange reserves on April 19, 2024 was USD 640.33 billion, down USD 2.83 billion from the previous week. This decline can be attributed to a rise in the cost of imported goods and the RBI's intervention in the market to defend the rupee against a surging US dollar. The RBI closely monitors the foreign exchange markets and intervenes only to maintain orderly market conditions by containing excessive volatility in the exchange rate without reference to any predetermined target levels or brand. Now let's discuss about exports-imports. Ministry of Commerce and Industry released a report on export-import of India on 15th April. The key findings of the estimated report for export-import released are as follows. Merchandise exports in March 2024 were US $41.68 billion, showing a slight decrease from USD 41.96 billion in March 2023. Imports in March 2024 amounted to US $57.28 billion, down from US $60.92 billion in March 2023. Services trade in March 2024 stood at USD 28.54 billion compared to US dollars 30.44 billion in March 2023. The overall trade balance for March 2024 was minus 2.91 billion, an improvement from minus 5.48 billion in March 2023. The overall trade, merchandise plus services for the financial year 2023-24, April to March, was US dollars 776.68 billion, slightly higher than USD 776.40 billion in the previous year. The trade balance for the financial year 2023-24 was minus 78.12 billion, an improvement from minus 121.62 billion in the previous year. These findings indicate a mixed performance in India's trade sector, with a slight decline in exports and imports in March 2024 compared to the previous year, but an overall improvement in the trade balance for the financial year 2023-24. Now let's discuss about the CPI and PMI. The Consumer Price Index CPI in India remained unchanged at 185.80 points in March 2024, according to the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation (MOSPI). The CPI measures the average change in prices paid by consumers for a basket of goods and services, with food and beverages being the most significant category, accounting for 45.86% of the total weight. The CPI has been fluctuating in recent months with a peak of 186.30 points in July 2023. Looking ahead, the CPI is projected to reach around 202.79 points in 2025 and 211.51 points in 2026, according to econometric models. The CPI is an important economic indicator that is used by policymakers, businesses, and consumers to make decisions about spending, investment, and other economic activities. Also, the Indian economy is showing strong signs of growth, with the Flash India Composite Purchasing Managers Index (PMI) climbing to 62.2 from March's final reading of 61.8. Now let's discuss about the government policies. In April 2024, the Government of India launched the Hamara Calendar 2024 with the theme of Hamara Sankalp Viksit Bharat. The calendar highlights the social, cultural, and economic transformation brought about in the lives of the people of India through the design of people-friendly policies. The calendar showcases the achievements of the government, including the success of the Swaminathan Committee report implementation, farmer welfare initiatives, women empowerment, and the growth of the startup ecosystem. The government also emphasizes the importance of transparency and accountability in its policies and actions. In terms of industrial policies, the government is working on a new industrial policy aimed at creating a globally competitive business environment in the country to boost manufacturing. The policy focuses on sectors such as sustainability, R&D, MSME, and ease of doing business for manufacturing. The government has also allocated Rs 1.97 lakh crore for the PLI initiatives in the Union Budget 2021-2022 to support various industries including textiles, white goods, electronics, pharma, and telecom. In addition, the government has initiated policies to support retail inflation, which eased to 4.85% in March 2024. The government collects price data from selected urban markets and villages covering all states or UTs through personal visits on a weekly roster. The inflation rates based on CPI General and CFPI for March 2024 over March 2023 are provided in Annex 2 of the press release. Furthermore, the government has decided to extend financial support of 50% on GST on purchase of goods from Kendriya Police Kalyan Bhandar, effective from 1st April 2024 to support the police force. The government has also initiated various development projects in different sectors, including healthcare infrastructure, energy, and transportation to enhance the quality of life for the citizens. While the new initiatives may have slowed down due to elections, we expect a strong flow of investments, particularly in infrastructure. This is likely to drive the GDP growth rates for a while. That's all for today's update on the Indian economy for April 2024. Stay tuned for more updates on the Indian economy in the coming months. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and insights on the Indian economy. Thank you for watching.